In this video, I'll be sharing with you exactly how to quantum jump, which is your gateway to infinite timelines and possibilities coming up. So I went ahead and I pulled out an angel oracle card for all of us today for this mini masterclass. And the card I have here is opportunities. So this is gonna literally open up gateways for all of us to expand ourselves in order to create new opportunities. And sorry for my little circle thing. We're gonna learn how to create glitches in the matrix, which is a byproduct of quantum jumping. So excited about this one. Let's get into it. One of my favorite topics. Welcome to Journey Beyond Conventional Reality. We'll explore how shifting your thoughts, your feelings, and actions can literally transport you into new timelines of existence. And I love this AI image of a portal because that's what we're doing. We're creating portals. I'm going to put this here in the middle. I love how interactive this is. So the quantum field of infinite possibilities. We've all heard this. We all have an idea what this is, right? But the trick here is that it's not an idea in and of itself. It's an experience. This is something that I go way deeper into in my Ascension Accelerator program, which I'll talk about more at the end for you to be able to anchor your new reality. So what we're doing here is just gonna summarize what quantum field of infinite possibilities is. Think of it as an energetic energy field that exists not only in this space and time physical universe, but beyond it, right? And you access it with the power of your mind, via your thoughts and emotions, right? We're all within it, right? Within the body of God, if you want to go into more spiritual aspects of it, which I love to do as well. And so we are in this body of God, right? And guess what? There's only one eternal now. And so this is why you're able to connect via your thoughts and emotions to this infinite quantum field. You're able to connect with new selves that are living the life that you want, right? You want to merge with those new versions of you. And we're going to know how to do this right now. Your thought energy, this is how you do it. Your thoughts aren't just ideas or concepts in your mind. They're energetic frequencies that interact with the quantum field that tells it, what you're commanding for yourself in this plane of existence. Emotional resonance. Your feelings are your quantum tuning fork. They align with matching realities. And so your thoughts and your emotions are what creates our reality. And in fact, I know we all know this, right? But you won't realize this until you experience it over and over again, because we all have doubts, fears, and blocks regarding being a co-creator with the divine universe that we find ourselves in here, right? And so the more you do this, the more you have your intention, right? And we're going to talk about this in just a sec. The more you practice this consciously, because it's all unconscious that's always happening. That's why most of us create by default, right? We create unconsciously without even being aware of what we're thinking or feeling, without any control of this. There are infinite potential realities. All possible versions of your life exist now in potential form, waiting for your conscious awareness of them. It's like that wonderful analogy or metaphor. When a tree falls in a forest and no one is there to hear it, did it really make a sound? The answer is no, it didn't make a sound, because you're not there with your ears to interpret the energy for it to make a sound. And so, unless someone's there, or an animal, a bird, right, is there to translate that energy, the energy is still there. The energy of the sound is still there. It exists in potential form. Your brain is not tuned to it. So think of it that way. Thanks, my guys, for that wonderful insight. I'm learning a lot here as I'm sharing all this with you. All right. I love these AI images. Oh, so cool. And hey, you can actually, use these beautiful images that AI came up with and put yourself in the picture mentally and practice these new realities, right? That's one cool and fun technique that I've used as well. How does quantum jumping work? Well, there's 3 steps, and we just covered it just now, but we're gonna add a little more nuance to it. So setting your intention, you have to have the intention of change in your mind, right? In your soul, your being. Focus your mind on the specific timeline you wish to experience and see it clearly. Like I said, you can use a really cool image like this AI image and visualize the goal, whatever it is that you want to create. Make it into like a symbol. Let's say you want more money, more prosperity, or a job, or something that you think and feel will benefit your life. Love, you can put a little heart there at the end of this area right here. I don't know if you're able to see my mouse. Put it there and visualize yourself walking effortlessly on the path of light that's illuminated for you and avoiding all the obstacles. It's a clear path. Clarity. Align your emotions. Feel as if you're already living that reality. Your feelings are magnetic portals. And again, here with this angel card, giving us that Glenda vibes, right? Within that little, bubble. I see that as a portal that literally transport you, right? To where you want to go. And that's thinking and feeling is enough, right? It is. If you keep doing it over and over again, you automatically are going to take the actions out from that new timeline. So if you're thinking and feeling how you would be acting, right, in that new timeline, the actions does just kind of appear for you. However, some of us, depending on your personality, right, you're going to have to maybe take more action than someone else and let that be okay. Because we all have different unconscious programs, which I really get into in my Ascension to the Reader program. So we take action from your new timeline. This anchors your consciousness in the new reality. And I don't see a lot of people talking about anchoring the new timeline a lot because anchoring is so vital. You must anchor this new identity into your body. This is why you can create money like that. You manifest things and people and places and anything, right? And all of a sudden you're like, I manifested it. But what happens? What ends up happening? You spend all the money, you repel that person, right? Or you lost that weight, right? That you said you want and you achieved it. And guess what? You go right back to that set point that you're accustomed to because you're trying to create a new reality with the same old personality. You must become that person, anchoring that. And yeah, we'll talk about this in a little later. All right, let's continue. Let's move myself around here. Okay. So this is what happens when you anchor the new identity and reality in your body. Your body, the quantum hardware, right? So again, thinking of yourself or the quantum universe as a computer, you are both the hardware and the software. And the quantum is like the internet. It's ever expanding, right? Now we're catching on. and I give thanks to my guides for that one. That's all. Your body isn't just flesh. It's a sophisticated receiver for quantum information. And if you want to know more about this quantum information, check out my quantum video that I did, I think a couple weeks ago. And I'll link that down below for you, or up here as well. Please check that out if you want to know more about how to access more of that quantum information. Right? When you quantum jump, your cellular structures literally reorganizes to match your new timeline. This is how healing works. This is how channeling works as well, because in order to channel, right, you're being rewired as you're channeling. Channeling what I'm doing now, getting new thoughts, new ideas, new ways to explain this, because I'm in the channel. I'm opening myself to a higher universal conscious. You know, I call it my higher self, my guides, and the divine, right? And we all can do this, and this is so natural, right? So this is exactly how it works with your body, anchoring the new information, the quantum information. Your cells absorb new timeline information through resonance. This is a frequency energetic download. And then what happened is that you will always be receiving a biological upgrade. Your DNA activates dormant codes align with your chosen reality. And you can literally switch the word codes for cells, because those codes are instructing the new cells, right? When we live our life unconsciously and make all the bad choices because we're just unconscious, it means that you want your life creating by default, reacting and thinking and feeling to pretty much everything around you in your physical world. And that's what you're doing. But you must go into 4D, 5D. And I show you how to do that in my other videos, right? In order to access new information, quantum information. And what this does is that it literally rewires your brain to receive more information, right? And then here we are at step 3, energetic rewiring. Your nervous system reconfigures to process a new timeline data. So your entire body, your nervous system receives an upgrade. It can be really gradual, minute, and you won't even notice it. But if you keep doing that in your work, which I'll talk about very soon, keep doing that in your work, eventually you'll see things that you never noticed before happening in your own body, in your mind, and in your world as well. We're all connected. It's all connected. Entering the unknown, the quantum leap that we all must take. It's a leap of faith, as we call it. But what it really is trusting the unknown, which is really scary for all of us, because we're biologically hardwired to survive in this 3D world, because our ancestors did an amazing job at evolving, at surviving, right? Because they had to. And so that information is within our very cells. And so we who are in the modern times have to go beyond that hardwired programming, because we don't need that fight or flight when we are trying to do something new. You don't need it. Well, what is needed is to be calm and opening the heart to trust the heart chakra, to trust the universe and trust that you'll be guided in the right direction. And so this takes leaving your comfort zone, right? This is your current timeline. Familiar but limiting. Your growth is capped here. And we want to create a new opportunity for all of us. And so we got to get into that courage zone, the space between timelines. It feels uncertain but rich with possibilities. This is when you're doing that inner work. This is when you feel like you're passionate. This is when you start feeling like something new is happening. I like to go back to AWAKEN, right? When Alpha says something has changed within me. Something's not the same. I'm not even seeing it, but you know what I mean? She is filling that new possibility, right? Your new timeline aligned with your highest potential and deepest desires. You'll feel your body, your mind, your soul will just click into one, and you'll feel like you want to do all this physical, mental, whatever work you gotta do to make it actually happen. You'll be pulled there. You'll be automatically, easily creating momentum towards your desire, towards your heart's desire, as I would like to call it, your higher self desire. Okay, signs of quantum jump, right? Reality glitches, or glitches in the matrix. Really, that's what we all call it. I call it that. Let me see. You can see objects aren't where you left them. People say things you don't remember, or they'll say things that will actually be memorable, or they'll actually say things that are just so memorable that it like imprints in your mind forever when you think about that person, right? Imagine that last time that someone gave you advice on something, and when you think of that one thing, you always think about that person. That person said this to me, and I never forgot. There's a reason, because in that moment you probably had a soul agreement to receive that impression. This goes deep. This goes way deep, and I love it. I love it all. And so this creates like a Mandela effect, but the Mandela effect person, you'll receive sudden insights. New skills or knowledge appear seemingly from nowhere. You understand concepts that once confused you. It came out of nowhere because you put it in nowhere. Remember what we did? We align our thoughts, we align our emotions, right? We let the last part is to let it go, right? Let it go. Take the actions. And what happened is, as you're taking the action, as you create momentum, suddenly it dawned on you, oh, I can do it this way. It's so much easier if I do it this way, right? That came to you out of nowhere because you set the intention for you to receive that specific information. This is how it all works. Myself up here. And then we have here relationship shifts. People will treat you differently. Some connections will fade, while new ones mysteriously form. Boy, this has been happening to me of late, very lately. And it's so amazing. It could be the cashier, it could be, some random person coming out to you, right? Certain people will just kind of fade from your life, and they may come back. There's no judgment here, right? We all need to move with the rhythm of our lives, which is following that inner guidance. Meaningful connection will be formed. Synchronicity multiplies. You're gonna have meaningful connection when it comes to what you think and what you're experiencing throughout your day. Synchronicities multiply and they compound. The universe seems to speak directly to you through signs and symbols. Remember, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So when you see a symbol, you can interpret it in many, many different ways. And by you meditating on this symbol right here, this card has many symbols in it. It has a balancing of the two energetic forces, symbolizing as fire energy, right? It has a symbol of a circle, protection. It has a symbol of light, coming out of her crown center. All these are symbols, and for 1,000 words, you can interpret it in 1,000 different ways, and they all will help you to access different parts of that new timeline that you want to create. So cool. quantum immortality. I'll touch upon this right now. I'm going to do a whole deeper dive video on this topic. It's so fascinating. But quantum immortality, the ultimate jump. So divine intervention, right? When you start quantum jumping consciously, because the secret is that you are already doing it all the time. That's the secret. You're already doing it all the time. It's your unconscious to it. Now you're gonna be more aware of it, and the more awareness you have, the more consciousness you have, and basically, you invite divine intervention in your life. Have you ever nearly escaped the D word? Right, the D word. I love that. That wasn't like you quantum jumped. In another timeline, that version of you experienced a different outcome. And you shifted into a timeline where you survived. How many of you have had close calls like this, right? Near misses. Your consciousness always seeks the path of continuity. And so we have all had near misses. Wait, let me move this here. Myself here. Close calls are actual timeline shifts you jumped to safety. Also, deja vu. These moments often mark points where timelines converge. That's huge right there. A lot of times we either have dreams. I've had many dreams where it was like a vivid memory of a place and time. Sometimes 5 to 10 years out. And I write these down, especially if they're vivid, because I call that an astral dream. And when you write it down, you date it. It turns that reality. Go back to that date and be like, I dreamt this. You will experience deja vu. And some of us will have memories, and all of a sudden you're in that moment, and it's like everything, your body, mind, and soul clicks. It's like, I've been here before. And indeed, you have been there before. You just collect enough energy. Conversation God, Book 1 and 2, I believe, talked about this. Your consciousness went to that reality. Whether it's in a dream or on some level, you quantum jumped there. And it's like a conversion point. It's a significant point. Even though sometimes deja vu seems insignificant, but every moment is an opportunity to become aware of the eternal nature of who we really are, right? So cool. And yeah, dreams unalive me, and dreams may be glimpses of alternate timeline endings. Very, very fascinating. I've had dreams where someone I loved were unalive, and I woke up crying because I thought they were gone. And you're like, when I was a kid, and it's how many of you have had this? It's crazy. How does it all work? Your journey begins now. Daily practices. Meditate on your desired timeline for just 10 minutes daily. Consistency creates quantum bridges. Love that word. So you're creating a bridge across space and time to connect to that timeline. And psychically, I'm figuring out that what's happening is what my guys are saying. You actually are teleporting to these new places in time. And yeah, it's incredible. And reality tracking. So keep a journal of any shifts that you notice. Document synchronicities and glitches of the matrix as evidence that you quantum jump. So what I do is I keep what I call a do-good book, which I share a lot more in my psychic development level 1 classes that I teach and certify for the renowned Anastasia system of psychic development. And basically, this is like a psychic journal, a do-good. So it's kind of like you're giving your unconscious mind a pen of that for creating that experience for yourself, it could be telepathy, it could be seeing aura, it could be you sensing someone behind you, and you turn around and there's nothing there, right? A presence, or even within you, right? That higher self shining, making its presence known to you. These are all subtle but psychic experiences. And I definitely believe that in order to have these experiences, you must be quantum jumping. You have to, because you are becoming aware of other realities. And I'm going to do another video about the nature of higher consciousness and higher realities. So the funny thing is I'm going to do a video about different planes of consciousness or realities. And this is what psychic and spiritual awakening really is. You're just becoming aware of these higher dimensions that are already here, right now. Okay, so yeah, write it down, write everything down. Even if you think it was a psychic experience, just write it down. You're gonna give your unconscious mind a pattern of that. The best thing to do is find your tribe. Connect with fellow quantum jumpers or people who have like minds of not just quantum jumping, but of a psychic and spiritual nature, right? And you'll feel it. When you start talking to people about these things, something behind their eyes lights up. They light up. It's like, you believe what I believe too, or you experience what I've experienced too. Fun thing to do is find your tribe. It's not just quantum jumpers, spiritual seekers of all kind, psychic, metaphysical, awaken, witchcraft, right? People who are in the energetic, metaphysical realm. So many wonderful people who share your experiences and who are becoming more conscious of themselves as a co-creator in the world. Your shared intention amplifies your quantum reality, your quantum ability, and jumping and experiences. Because when you gather in a group, especially when you meditate in a group, it amplifies the intention of it all. You literally create, it's almost like you're creating a new dimension. You're just in this bubble of dimension of space and time that amplifies and sends a signal out to others, for others on the same wavelength, unconsciously of course, to join you. It's amazing. Okay. And then here, remember, you're not bound by one reality. You are the quantum traveler, free to explore infinite versions of your life. And here we are at the last slide, Ascension Accelerator, which is the complete inner work behind the manifestation that you're creating for yourself. These quantum realities that you're jumping into. I had a wonderful client who wanted me to coach him on how to manifest his life in a very conscientious way. And so at the time, I was learning all these amazing concepts and techniques, and quantum jumping is one of them. I was able to synthesize all these amazing concepts and create my own Ascension Accelerator program to literally ascend one's energy and accelerate that energy in this lifetime to manifest the life that we all deserve to live. To be able to not just manifest money or whatever it is that you want to do physically, but also spiritually as well. And manifest not just from a personality level, which, yes, I covered that as well, but from a higher self level, where it just naturally happens for you. And you're just guided throughout your entire life. But you must do the work, right? The ultimate outcome for Ascension Accelerator is to rewire your brain, reset your nervous system, and refine your vibrations to manifest your heart's desire. And combine not just the metaphysical world, but also the mystical. And very few people talk about that and how to combine these two and get the most out of your life and creating your life with purpose and higher awareness, being aware of higher consciousness in your life, where you're not just working, you're constantly being downloading, you're constantly being upgraded because you're doing the inner work. And this is like the baseline for many other metaphysical teachings, mystical teachings, and psychic development as well. I encourage you to check out this page and to see if it's right even for you. And it may not be, and that's okay. You know, this is a synthesis of everything I'm currently learning, have learned, and will continue to learn. And I really just wanted to really package this in a way that's very easy to follow. And I really believe that one of my gifts in this life is to take very complex esoteric concepts and make them easy and fun. And I do give you strategies as well as the theory and especially the action steps. And ultimately, this is not just theoretical course, this is a transformational program in order for you to embody the 4D, 5D consciousness in your life and to get you started on creating the life that we all deserve to live in this world. Or I'll link the link down below for your convenience. If you like a free taste of what Ascension Solar is like, check out my free email masterclass series down below. It's a 5-day series of emails and it's packed with amazing information and I think you'll enjoy it. It'll help to do just this quantum jump by harnessing the power of your thoughts, your feelings, and actions and becoming more aware of the quantum field. Please like and subscribe for more videos just like this. And I'll see you in a new video. All my quantum love to you.